Well, this is the only door that I can go through. Or not. No. Guess it's this one then. Well, this is a very pleasant and swish environment. Nightmare Circus. A circus burns to the ground on opening night, killing dozens. The owner is put to death by an enraged mob of townsfolk, just as he shouts out a curse. Now Raven, a dark-souled wanderer, comes to the ruins at dusk in search of his missing mother. Let the show begin! Dark and terrible things. Sounds like a great book.
After they let me out, they gave me Callum back and sent me home with a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum, did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
The plot thickens. Also, I'm guessing from that this means that this is our house, or a rendition of our house, and that looks like Mr. Bear sitting there on the table. A notice. Dunwich Power Company, disconnect notice. After multiple attempts to collect payment, we regret to inform you that your service has been disconnected or will be disconnected shortly. Please do the following. Make the payment listed on your last bill, contact us on 555-7868 and we can arrange a payment plan so that you can immediately be reconnected. If you believe that this is in error, call us on 555-7869 to discuss your options. If you are unable to make a payment, please contact your local welfare office to discuss replacements for you and your loved ones. Winter in Maine is cold and brutal. Don't face it without electricity. Right, so I'm guessing from all the information that is being bombarded at me, some shit went down, you went a bit mental, and then you came back home and you're still trying to deal with it, and Don then died, and then you lost all money, and now you are destitute and a little bit mental. It's another book. A Shocking True Story. Hunger. The True Story of the Donners. Looks like gingerbread men. On April 16, 1846, a group of covered wagons began the 2,500-mile journey to California. Just 8 months later, they found themselves stranded in the Sierra Nevada mountains with very little to bite or sup. Why don't they just say eat and drink? It was to become one of the greatest tragedies of westward migration the world has ever seen. Now, a panel of Donner experts have uncovered compelling evidence that the families were forced to resort to cannibalism in order to survive that terrible winter. Oh, it's Until Dawn all over again. We've got Wendigos! In this never-before-seen exposed read about how the Donner children were forced to eat their brothers and sisters in order to survive, all here in the pages of this shocking true story. Yeah, that sounds even less delightful than the last book. Maybe this is why Callum's all a bit messed up. Maybe this is why you're messed up reading this sort of stuff. It's a cap. And you're not going to say anything about it. That was odd.
Don't leave me!
Another book, The Wilting. And this one's... With this novel, Susan Anscombe cements her place as one of the most important science fiction writers of a generation. The Wilting, a solar flare has struck the Earth. Millions of people are uprooted from their homes. A young meteorologist searches desperately for a way to stop global overheating. An exotic dancer named Chance O'Hara is the key to saving the world. Again. Actually, that one sounds really bad. That sounds like a proper B-movie type thing. Dynamic, exciting and bombastic. Everything we've come to expect from an Anscombe novel. Chance O'Hara is back, and you'd better believe she is bigger, better and bolder than ever. Although there is some, I know, amusement in thinking that a hero called Chance O'Hara, who's an exotic dancer, to save the day. Could be good. Maybe. It's a Rubik's Cube. An unsolved Rubik's Cube. Ah, it's an I love you picture from Callum. Well, that was, I guess, the bedroom. This is the kitchen. Milk, cheese, bread, butter, corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks. Remember, drop off Callum and choose his bill fix faucet. Vital information there. Okay, can I open the door? No. See what's in the fridge. A huge amount of stuff in the fridge. Chicken, that's incredibly lifelike looking chicken. Water, wine, apples, and I assume that's a potato. Well, I believe we just walked around in a massive loop. Is the TV going to come on? No. Ooh, a letter. It says, Dunwich Emergency Service. Miss Mallard, as we agreed in our meeting today, we considered fully recovered from your illness. This letter is official notification that I are considered sound of mind and body and may return to work at any time. Okay, so I worked for the emergency services. Maybe a nurse or something. Please note that you should discontinue any medication that you've been using and dispose of any remaining medicines. If you feel at any time you're suffering from a relapse, then please make contact with your local physician immediately. We wish you to continue good health. Dr. Spencer from Dunwich Medical. So yeah, so it was some sort of breakdown or something that I had, and clearly has continued. Wow. Okay, let me see if I can decipher this handwriting. Lorraine, I have received your letter and I am quite surprised. You ran off with your father all of those years ago, then disappeared off the edge of the map, and then when I finally tracked you down, refused to answer any of my letters. And now you write to me asking for help. I have another family now and another life. Your father was a horrible man and I regret the years that I wasted with him. I loved you, I truly did, but every year you grew more and more like him. You were his girl, never really mine. Still, I would have fought for custody if you hadn't run away with him. It broke my heart, but I needed to go on living. I can't let you back into my life without picking open old wounds. I'm sorry, Lorraine, but I just can't do it. Maybe one day it'll be easier and I can meet McCallum, but not yet. I am not ready to forgive you. Please don't contact me again, Karen. Wow, I'm guessing that's your mum. So, you've come from a solid family background there. Oh, it's a bouncy hopper space toy thing. I used to have one of these. They were great until it broke because it never stayed in the middle. Also, really hard to keep your balance on. And also in the adverts, that you see the kids bouncing really high. Never happened in real life. The exit. Wow, the words are getting smaller and smaller. Berkshire, Madison and Stapleton. Miss Mallard, our inquiry into the estate of Mr. Donald Williams has been completed. We regret to inform you that the primary beneficiaries of his estate, including the life insurance settlement for accidental death, were listed as Rose Williams and Richard Williams of New York State, the deceased parents. Our agency made contact with Mr. and Mrs. Williams and explained your situation, especially with regards to the birth of Donald's son Callum. Unfortunately, they were not receptive to our overtures, and they specified that without any legal proof of a biological relationship, they consider you ineligible to receive any of the monies from Donald's estate. They have asked that we no longer contact them regarding this matter. Understand that this may be a negative impact on your current financial situation, and I hope that you are not being too forward when I close the bill for our services with this letter. Right, so that's probably another reason why they're being threatened with the discontinued of their power, is because when Donald died, she wasn't getting any of his money. Which makes sense. Ooh, more information. Depression. There you go. That's what you've been suffering from. So, just over a month you were committed. Lorraine seems to be suffering from depression that began early in her pregnancy. Our discussions have made it obvious that these episodes stem from the grief of losing her partner Don, who died about 6 months ago. There are also several unresolved issues with her father. After being kept under careful observation, we provided standard treatment for this disorder, including electroconvulsion therapy, hence the being shocked at the dodgems. See, it's all coming together now. The patient responded and made a rapid recovery. Well, clearly you've made a wonderful recovery. And then we've got some weekly follow-up with local physician and some mood stabilizers, lithium-based, which I guess was those pills that made us see pretty colours. Discharge instructions. Lorraine has a newborn son, Callum, who was placed in foster care shortly after birth, when Lorraine displayed symptoms of disorientation and depression. It is our judgment that Lorraine is fit to have her son returned to her, and as long as she follows her recommended aftercare routine and continues with her medication, we have faith that she will be an effective caregiver. Lorraine has her own housing and her employer Susie, and says she is welcome to return to her shifts at the diner. Normal Creed, a local woman, is offered to care for Callum while Lorraine works. It's with this support network in mind that we feel confident releasing Lorraine from this institution. Wait a minute. I thought she would work for the emergency people. Oh no, it was the diner, because she mentioned earlier that she worked for a diner. Ha, nerves. A prescription for Zolift that can be filled at Flagg's Pharmacy in Kingsmouth. She has been advised to start with 50mg dose, and then based on that advice of a doctor to increase the milligram needed. Right. Okay, so this is all sort of solidifying the story that bad childhood meets Don at the diner where she works, all rainbows and unicorns. Then he dies in mysterious circumstances at the theme park. She gets a bit upset about the whole thing, depressed. She's pregnant, then suddenly she has Callum, and then Callum likes the theme park and mysterious things start happening. And she has no money. All makes sense now. Going down. This seems eerily familiar. And weird noises. Deja vu much? Whoa. The doll has now lost its head. And the book's moved. There's pills there instead. So maybe we're revisiting the house at a later stage. They're still there though. Lorraine, things aren't right between us at the moment, I know. I want to try and explain it. I think it is because I am so far from home and I am working so hard. Every day working at the park it gets worse, like a spring inside my mind, winding tighter and tighter and tighter. When we go for drinks after work it gets a little bit better. The guys relax and we laugh, and we're good people again. I don't want to come home to you without being in my right mind. But when this job is done, we need to get out of this place. We need to go back to the city, where I don't feel like this anymore. I love you, Donald. Oh, I love you, Donald. Oh. But yes, I was thinking about names for boys and girls. I like Callum for a boy, and Emma if it's a girl. So, clearly being in the theme park does bad things to you. I hear flies buzzing. the creepy noise thing started. Oh, you can still read the note from Callum. Whoa, this has got words on it now. Shy. Lab. Interesting. Little weird. More pills. There's Callum. Also, I can't call out to Callum anymore.
What have you done with him?
There we go. So I can call there, but now I'm in here, I can't call out anymore. There he is.
Who was that?
So the shopping list from before has changed with the addition of Zolif prescription. Remember, take the pills, fill up with Dr. Spencer, and babysitter for Callum. So Callum is now possessed by something.
Give it to me!
What have we got in the fridge? Mouldy chicken. No potatoes, no apples, no water, more wine. And the kitchen's a little bit messier than before. That was amazingly disturbing. Did not expect that. Okay, so this is the letter from Mum, but you've written on it, I didn't run away, Dad took me. So clearly something weird going on there. What the hell? Thank you, William, for the new watch. It is very nice. It has made me a happy carrot. Maybe Callum wrote that? Okay, so it's weird that of all the other notes that I couldn't read before, that one hasn't changed, but I can still read it. Here we go again. Yeah, this is definitely a descent into madness.
Game over. Yeah.